Hey everybody, this is Joe. I'm here in my Houston, Texas garden. I'm in zone 9A, and this is how it's looking in the middle of October after some wonderful rain. I finally got my succulent theater back out in the gravel. And if you look really closely, you can see Mrs. Doubtfire back there sleeping in the flowers. But I thought I would give you a look at my seed box for the spring, and I am going to put a lot of these things out this fall. I'm just going to throw them out. I'm going to do, I think, fewer seed starts in pots. I think I've picked a lot of things that I can just kind of throw out there, kind of like you would with a wildflower, and go with that, which would be a lot less trouble. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so these are in no particular order. I just brought the box out here, and I thought I'd look through it. So I've got two kinds of parsley. I'm not sure why I have two kinds, but I grew parsley last year for eastern black swallowtail butterfly caterpillars to eat. And they got to be, oh my goodness, like 4 feet tall and just floaty and beautiful with yellow flowers. So this is going to be sort of my signature flower, and I'm going to have little clumps of them all throughout the garden in the spring. As soon as it gets hot, they kind of poop out. But these are some. I will probably direct sow some, but also I probably will start some in little pots or little starts, little cells in the next week or so, just to get some going. It is a cool weather plant, and I think last year I covered one with a old plastic flower pot, and it made it through a huge freeze. And so it was, really ready to go after, when at the very beginning of spring, it was already had a big foothold. Okay, what else? This I have grown. These are my favorite. This is a viola called Frizzle Zizzle, and it is so pretty. And it's really the only little pansy or viola that I'm going to grow from seed. It was fairly easy to do. One of the things I did last year was just sprinkle them in the corners of my succulent pots, so that in the spring, some of them, it didn't work out great for most things, but several pots had little puffs of little, Johnny jump ups hanging out the side of the succulent pot. So it was kind of fun. So that's the only kind I will grow, and I will direct sow that into pots. I will not try to grow that in cells or anything and replant it. I will just sprinkle that directly into the edges of some of those pots right there. All right, now there's a lot of things that I've collected. This is lyre leaf sage, Salvia lyrata. That is a native Texas plant. I have some. I've shown it to you a million times in my front yard. It's the little squatty one that lives in the shade, and you never get to see it bloom because it's never blooming when I do a video. But it's supposed to self-seed very easily. I have not had it self-seed in my yard, so I'm going to try to help it along a little bit by sprinkling this around the garden. This is here from last year, some snapdragons. I did not have any luck with snapdragons coming up. So this is a year-old packet, 2 years old, 2022. And so I will sprinkle that in a pot somewhere, but I'm not going to spend a lot of energy on that. Okay, this is, it's called limon. This is also called Jewels of Opar. Who knew? And I found out that Jewels of Opar are native to Texas. And I had a heck of a time getting them started last year, but I finally got one after a year, 9 months. It's finally blooming. I've shown it to you guys, and I may pop over there at the end of this video and show it to you because I'm so thrilled about it. So I'm trying to get some more. All right. If you've watched me before, you know that gomphrena has been my obsession. Made it through the fall or the summer so beautifully, and so I've bought some, and it's fairly easy to come up from seed, just volunteers. So I bought 2 different colors. I'm trying to add a deep. Sorry, I'm going to get a mosquito here. Oh, scoot mosquitoes. I'm trying to add some deep burgundy kind of maroon colors, and so I think this carmine gomphrena will be an interesting color. And I don't know what I'm going to do. There's 250 seeds in this packet here, and so I don't need 250 plants. But anyway, I'm excited about trying 2 different colors of gomphrena I have not had before. I kind of just had what came, was in the what was in the nursery. Now, Cosmos is not particularly happy in my garden, and the only Cosmos that did really well was one called Rubenza. The only problem I had with Rubenza is that it had a big, beautiful, deep maroon flower, but after a day or two, it faded and kind of went a weird, like almost if you mixed brown in with it, just became a very strange color. This is going to be a deep cranberry, very large Cosmos. And so I'm trying this instead of Rubenza, and we'll see which one I like better. Because Rubenza I liked on day 1, but not on day 3. I bought some larkspur. I did have some luck with some larkspur, but again, I'll just self-sow these things. I will probably put Cosmos and try those in cells, maybe some gomphrena in cells. I will direct sow the larkspur. I'll just throw it out in there and see what comes up. And this is supposed to be a really tall dark blue. Now I've got, what is this? Oh, let me see. I might have some in little, no, well, this huge bag. You can see how many I've got. Those are magnetic. This is a native milkweed called aquatic milkweed, and I have had tons of seeds off of some pods, and I have given away so many. And so I will try these both direct sow, which I've never done, and I'll probably try those in some cells as well. I've already sprinkled some Thai basil in a pot, just direct sowed it in a pot to see if I could get anything to come up, and I'll direct sow that again next year. Okay, if y'all looked at any of my videos for my little trips to England, there was one incredible garden that had orange crocosmia and hot pink cleums all together, and it was amazing. And so I bought a lot of cleums. I've had a lot of good luck with cleums. You can see I've still got a big white one there, and then way in the back I've got some pink ones, pink and white, that have made it through. So I'm going to try some more, and I'm going to try to sprinkle them throughout the year, throughout the summer, so I can maybe have a succession of them. So I saw these. I've never grown any that were purple. And so when I saw this just in the garden center, I bought those. I lost my head a little bit and bought 2. You guys, if you know me, you know I've bought, for every 1 seed I need, I've bought 150. This last year, this is just an agastache. I have not had luck growing agastache from seed, but I had just a volunteer come up. So I bought these, and I'm just going to sprinkle some out and see. I could never get a single one of them to come up when I tried them in little pots. And so I'm just going to sprinkle these out. It was worth it to me. I had one really, really neat one that was probably almost 5 feet tall. It bloomed, it was gorgeous, and then it just keeled over. And so this says up to 48 inches tall. So I'm hoping this is the same kind, and I'm just going to sprinkle and hope. This is the same thing here. This is the Verbena bonariensis, which I love. I had one volunteer last year, and it was spectacular. One of my favorite things. And so it was a volunteer, so I'm going to just sprinkle. You can see I've already opened it. I'm going to sprinkle some more and just see if I can get some volunteers. I haven't gotten those to come up in a cell or a little pot before. And so I'm just giving it another shot. Even that one made me so happy. All right. Oh, gosh. So the Eastern Black Swallowtail butterfly caterpillars love fennel, and it's the thing that grew the best and the longest for me. And so I bought a few little fennel plants, but I bought a ton of fennel seeds, and I'm just direct sowing, just sowing them out, throwing them out. And so there's a ton of that in here. Here's some more Thai basil. I just bought some fresh. Let's see, all kinds of things. Oh, okay. So now I've lost my head with basil. This is spicy globe basil, which makes a little, sounds just like it is. It makes a little ball shaped plant. I didn't get any to come up last year, but I wanted to try it again. So this is my my next shot. I couldn't even get one to germinate last year, so I don't know whether that was a bad packet. If 0 germinate, I feel like that's a them problem and not a me problem. If I can get some things and then they damp off or I kill them or whatever, that's one thing. But when absolutely not a single thing comes up from an entire packet of seeds, I feel like that's a bad pack of seeds. So I don't know where those were from. This year I bought some things from, you can see, from Eden Brothers. I bought things from Johnny's. Those are things I got in the mail. And everything else, I got these just at the Lowe's or something. This one, okay, I loved the scabiosa. I loved the tall scabiosa that I've done from seed before. I'm getting rid of my little squatty one that I've bought every year because it doesn't make it through the summer, and it's expensive. So this is my answer. I'm gonna just direct seed. I've got a deep dark red, that Merlot kind of maroon. I grew Black Knight this past year, and it was so beautiful and cool and funky. And then this is just sort of the traditional deep blue. And so I'm going to direct sow those and just hope that some come up. I'm going to treat them like wildflower seeds. And of course, I spent less on these 3 packets than I would spend on one gallon pot of those other little ones. And so this is my answer, because I'm not replacing those other ones again. They were so pretty, but I can't do it. Okay, here's where I lost my head with the Cleome seeds. I've already shown you some. This is Cherry Queen. It's a hot pink. And so this, I'm trying to match what I saw in England. There are pictures of those in my community tab, or you could look, I think it's Hidcote Gardens, and you could look under my shorts if you wanted to see a little 1-minute video of that hot pink and orange garden. Now, the only zinnias I'm growing, and I'm not even sure I'm going to grow these, I'm ditching zinnias, even though last year I was obsessed, because they all just fell over and smothered plants I paid a lot of money for. And so even though they bloomed during the drought, I was very disappointed. This one, I really liked the color of this deep, deep purple. So I might plant these, but I other than little profusion, little bitty, I'm not gonna do zinnias this year. I don't think, at least not like I did last year. This was that pretty little Amy. I had one come up last year, and it was super pretty. It came up late, and it was kind of pitiful and small, but oh goodness, it was pretty. And I have one that got completely covered in the shade this whole summer, and I pulled some plants out and found it, tag and all, still chugging along. So I'm hoping it might bloom this fall. I don't know, but it was so pretty. And again, I'll just direct sow these. I won't. I don't think these particularly like to be repotted anyway. The basil continues the obsession. This is one I've seen. I don't know, and this is, I think, another company I've bought from, Hazards. I don't know if you guys watch Linda Vater, Vater, on YouTube. She has an amazing garden. She's worth following for sure. And she is obsessed with basil boxwood. And they just make these perfect little round balls that look like little basil topiaries, or little boxwood topiaries. And they were just super cute. And so I thought I needed to try it because I was kind of in love with them when she showed us. And this is the only place I think I could find them for sale this year, was Hazards. Then again, the Cleomes. This is a bright, it says Violet Queen, but it's still, in the photograph, looked bright pink. And so that is, this is another brand, another place online that I ordered from. So I've got, the Cleome situation is going to be silly. Now here are collected seeds from that giant agastache, that volunteer one that I liked. And so I will just fling these out again. I will direct sow these. I'll just pop them out there, sprinkle them around. This, I have saved these. It says Little Salvia by the Patio. I don't know what salvia that is. There's a lot of salvias out here. This is the patio. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna toss them out and see what happens. But I've, you know, mark them better than this, friends. Because even though I wrote down what it was, I don't remember which one I meant 6 months later. Let's see. Now, I've already thrown out a few of these Cleome Cherry Queens. I bought 2 packages of those. Shocking, I know. And so I've already thrown some of those out just to see if I could get something to come up this fall, but I don't think there's time for anything to bloom. More Amy, which was so wonderful last year, and I'll direct sow that. And the butterfly, the eastern black swallowtail caterpillars really liked this and ate that a lot. And they were so pretty. And I will direct sow that. I've tried growing that in little cells and replanting it or planting it in the ground. And I think I'm just going to direct sow this. Because mostly the ones that were so pretty, mostly the ones that were so pretty were volunteers anyway. And then here's another blue bachelor button. This is the kind that sort of popped up like a wildflower in the middle of the garden last year, and it was wonderful. This one's called Blue Boy. More fennel. Oh, I do have some. Okay, Cosmos Rebenza. This is the one I liked that didn't stay this pretty color after the first day or two. So I didn't realize I had seeds. I'll try that one more time. Here is another bachelor button. It's a blend, and I thought it'd be fun. But again, I will just throw this out like wildflower seeds. It's more of this. You can see I've bought too many. Look at that, more Amy. Okay, I bought too many poppies last year. They all fell down, and then I bought more poppy seeds this year, and so I've sort of split them with some friends. But on a couple of bread seed poppies, these are Shirley poppies, and of course the orange ones will probably be the ones that come up. Lauren's grape. I had this from last year. I didn't get any that looked like that. So anyway, I will just, again, self-sow, just, direct sow, sprinkle them out, treat them like wildflowers, see what happens. I may put some of these near one of my little garden obelisks or something, so that if they do come up, they'll have a little support or something. So that's an idea I'm having. I saved, these are from last year's zucchini seeds. I got one zucchini, and it was like the size of this box last year, and then everything else was unsuccessful. So I still had a couple of seeds, so I'm gonna try that. These I bought Liatris bulbs last year, and they were pretty cool. They look terrible now, but I had bought a little thing of seeds, so I'm gonna try this. This is direct sow in the fall, so I'll give that a try. Here's some more. Oh, somebody recommended Rudbeckia Cherry Brandy as another deep maroon plant. So I bought this. I'm going to try it, and I will start this in little cells. And then this one is yellow with I think this has a green eye. It was just pretty. I was looking for this, and I found this online, and so I bought both of them. I don't like yellow in my garden very much. Pale yellow. I don't know. I just was obsessed. So I tried it. We'll see if it's too yellow. Okay. You guys know that my favorite YouTuber is Rachel, and her YouTube channel is called Gulf Coast Butterfly Gardening. She's my favorite. Hi, Rachel. And she grew this last year, and this is going to be cool. I'm hoping, and I don't know. I don't know whether I'll self-sow it. I don't really know how to do this. But maybe I'll try self-sowing, direct sowing some, and then trying some in little starts. But this is a deep purple, and I almost, almost black. I mean, it's just like eggplant purple, and a tall, cool-looking thing. And I think that might be another dark thing that I put through the garden, sort of move your eye around the garden. I'm hoping that'll work. You can see, where's all this gonna go, right? It's already full. So this is my problem. Okay. I have, these are Texas bluebonnet seeds collected from last year. And so I am going to actually put these out. I should have put them out a month ago, but I didn't. And so I'm going to put these out today. And I don't need that many. white cleums that I have, more cleums that I have just saved seeds from the backyard. Coral nymph salvia, which I have got all over the yard. And then what's in here? Oh, these are more leftover larkspurs from last year. These are those. It's right there. It's this vine right here. It is a hyacinth bean vine, and those are the really cool seeds. I love those seeds. And then what's in here? I have no idea. Let's try to. Oh. This is a kind of pipe vine, and I put a little organza bag around the seed pod, and when the seed pod popped open, I was able to gather the seeds. So I will try that, and I will put that in. I will not direct sow that. I've found the pipe vines to be a little bit tricky, and so I will try that in little cells. And then what's this? Oh, this is a zinnia that I might grow. I think it's profusion cherry. It only gets about 10 inches tall, and so it will not smother any of my big, expensive plants. I think, I did have a lot of luck with this poblano pepper last year. I don't know if these seeds, I'm assuming they're still good. They were packed for last year. But I did get a lot of peppers off of those. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed looking through. Somebody had mentioned in the comments that they thought it would be fun to see the seed haul before I start planting. Now, what was I going to show you? Oh, I know what I was going to show you. Well, I'll show you three things. There's Miss Doubtfire. She has moved to a new spot. And then this, I don't know if you remember, I had Texas bluebonnets all in this gravel, all amongst these plants last year. So we had 6 inches of rain last week. And last night, I came walking out here and realized these are all bluebonnets. They're just volunteer bluebonnets. Of course, there aren't any in the flower bed where I actually want them. So that's where I'm going to go put them along the flower bed. But you can see, I mean, every time I look out here, there's more. And of course, this is right where I want to walk. You see all of this green. That's all Texas bluebonnets that have popped up. But they're just self-sown from last year. Now, the other thing I was going to show you is the Jewels of Opar, which I found out is a native Texas plant. I think it's native to most of the United States. So here it is. Isn't it beautiful? This bright green. And so it's got these tiny, tiny little floaty pink flowers. And then it gets these little red seed pods on them. And I just think it is so wonderful. I'm in love with that. And so that's why I bought more seeds. And I'm hoping I can collect seeds from this. Well, thanks for hanging through with me. I hope you guys have a great week and that you have fun planting things in your garden this week too, this fall. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.